He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always something striking about him, a rare mix of intensity, vulnerability, and screen magnetism that made audiences pause and pay attention. Tolga Saritas didn't simply enter Turkish entertainment. He carved his own lane, transforming early passion and discipline into one of the most respected acting careers of his generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Tolga Saritas was born on May 30th, 1991, in Istanbul, Turkey. Long before major sets and leading roles, he showed a strong interest in the arts, particularly music and performance. He studied guitar and was deeply drawn to emotional expression from a young age, developing sensitivity and discipline that would later shape his acting style. His acting journey began with supporting roles in television and film, where he steadily refined his craft rather than seeking instant stardom. Early appearances allowed him to build emotional control, realism, and on-screen confidence. His true breakthrough came with his portrayal of Saad Sahanger in the historical epic Ezel, where his performance stood out for its emotional fragility and depth, earning both audience admiration and critical praise. Rather than becoming confined to historical roles, Tolga pushed himself further. He gained massive popularity with his lead performance as Yavuz in Günsin Kızları, followed by intense and emotionally demanding roles in Saz, Baba, and other dramatic projects. In Saz, his portrayal of a soldier struggling with duty, loss, and leadership solidified his reputation as a powerful dramatic lead capable of carrying complex narratives. Tolga's approach to roles reflects precision and intention. He consistently chooses characters that challenge him emotionally and psychologically, avoiding repetition even when certain formulas guarantee success. This balance between popularity and depth has allowed him to remain relevant in a highly competitive industry. Off-screen, Tolga's public image blends sincerity with restraint. He avoids unnecessary controversy, maintains a respectful distance from constant exposure, and focuses on craft rather than spectacle. His presence feels grounded, reinforcing the authenticity audiences see on screen. His lifestyle mirrors his professional discipline. He values structure, mental focus, and creative balance, often emphasizing personal growth over public validation. Music continues to play an important role in his life, serving as both an emotional outlet and a grounding force. Tolga's influence now extends beyond Turkish television. With strong international viewership through global streaming platforms and a dedicated fan base, he has become one of Turkey's most recognizable and reliable male leads. His estimated net worth reflects steady earnings from acting, endorsements, and long-term collaborations, built through consistency rather than sudden hype. What truly sets him apart is emotional honesty. Tolga brings vulnerability to strength, silence to power, and depth to every role he inhabits. He allows audiences to feel his characters rather than simply watch them. As of 2026, Tolga Saritas stands not only as a leading actor, but as a symbol of intentional growth and emotional realism in modern Turkish entertainment. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. He wasn't born into privilege or instant stardom. Yet from the very beginning, there was a quiet intensity, a commanding presence, sharp focus, and natural authority that made him impossible to ignore. Kenan İmirzalıoğlu didn't simply become a leading man in Turkish television. He redefined what strength, depth, and charisma could look like on screen. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you enjoyed deep dives into iconic careers, real journeys, and the stories behind legendary names, make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned. Kenan İmirzalıoğlu was born on June 18, 1974, in Balıkesir, Turkey. Raised in a modest family with strong values, his early life was far removed from cameras and fame. Academically gifted, he studied mathematics at Yildiz Technical University, a path that reflected his disciplined and analytical nature long before acting entered the picture. Everything changed in 1997 when he won the Best Model of Turkey and later Best Model of the World. That victory didn't just introduce him to the entertainment industry. It positioned him as a rare blend of intellect, physical presence, and screen potential. Unlike many models who fade quickly, Kenan treated the opportunity as a foundation, not a shortcut. His acting debut came with Deli Yürek, a series that became a cultural phenomenon. Playing Yusuf Miraglu, Kenan captured the spirit of rebellion, honor, and emotional conflict in a way that resonated deeply with audiences. The role transformed him into a household name and established his signature style: intense, principled, and quietly powerful. Rather than chasing constant visibility, Kenan made deliberate choices. Projects like Ezel elevated his status from star to legend. As Ezel actor, he delivered one of the most complex performances in Turkish television history, layered with betrayal, revenge, vulnerability, and psychological depth. The series achieved international acclaim and remains a benchmark for quality storytelling. He continued this trajectory with Karadei, portraying Mahir Kara, a man torn between justice and love, and later became the face of intelligence and composure as the long-running host of Kim Millionaire Olmak Ister. Each role reinforced his image as a figure of authority and trust, both fictional and real. Kenan's career is defined by restraint. He avoids overexposure, appears rarely but impactfully, and prioritizes substance over frequency. This selective approach has protected his mystique in an industry driven by constant visibility, allowing every return to feel significant. Off-screen, his life reflects the same discipline. In 2016, he married actress Sinem Kobel in a widely admired yet dignified union. Together, they maintain a low profile, focusing on family and privacy rather than spectacle. Kenan is known for his reserved demeanor, rarely engaging in controversy or unnecessary media narratives. Financially, his success mirrors his career philosophy. His estimated net worth is built through high-profile acting roles, long-term brand partnerships, and selective endorsements, accumulated steadily over decades rather than through short-lived hype. What truly distinguishes Kenan İmirzalıoğlu is longevity. From action-driven dramas to psychological thrillers, from leading roles to cultural influence, he has sustained relevance without reinventing himself for trends. Instead, he refined his craft, strengthened his presence, and let consistency speak louder than noise. As of 2026, Kenan İmirzalıoğlu stands as more than an actor. He represents discipline, patience, and timeless masculinity in Turkish entertainment, a figure whose legacy is built not on volume, but on impact. That brings us to the end of today's feature. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.